What are the best affordable electric cars and plug-in hybrid cars that you can buy in 2022? That's what we're going to find out. Welcome to Car Corner, where we help you, the consumer, master the process of car buying and car ownership. If you're in the market for an affordable electric car or a plug-in hybrid car, then this video is for you. I'm going to go through 5 of the very best electric cars and plug-in hybrid cars that you can buy both brand new and used for under $40,000. In addition to including both full electric and plug-in hybrid cars, I'm also going to go through a variety of different car types, including regular sedans, hatchbacks, and SUVs, depending on what you're looking for. So if you're looking for a well-designed, reliable, but most importantly affordable electrified vehicle, then make sure to stick around until the end of this video. And if you enjoy and get value out of this video, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. I post 2 videos a week, always valuable, straight to the point car buying advice designed to help you, the consumer. So let's get this list started with my number 5 pick, which is going to be the Chevrolet Bolt. When the Chevy Bolt was introduced to the market back in 2017, it was actually one of the first electric cars with a proper usable driving range that could be purchased for an affordable price point. And for an electric car, it is quite affordable. It has a starting price of just under $33,000 US or just under 40,000 Canadian before any electric car incentives. And that is quite an attractive price when you consider that the Bolt has a driving range of around 260 miles or 420 kilometers, which is pretty comparable to much more expensive electric cars. And for 2022, you can also buy the Bolt in 2 different body styles, a standard version or a more crossover-like version, which is called the Bolt EUV. Either way, the Bolt comes with front-wheel drive with a fairly powerful electric motor producing 200 horsepower and 266 pound-feet of torque, which gives you fairly impressive acceleration. You also get a well-designed interior space with lots of room in both the front and rear seats and a pretty good sized cargo area, and also lots of great technology, including a well-designed infotainment system and available Super Cruise Control on the Bolt EUV, which gives you autopilot-like driving capability on the highway. For the price point, the Bolt really is a great value for an electric car. It can also be a great buy on the used car market for those who need an electric car at a more affordable price point. The only real issue with the Bolt is that it was part of a very serious but also very rare safety recall where the car could potentially catch on fire due to a malfunctioning battery pack. Fortunately, GM and LG, the manufacturer of the batteries, recalled every single Bolt going back to 2017 to install a brand new battery pack to fix the issue. This is great news for buyers, especially used car buyers who are looking to buy a 4 to 5 year old Bolt to save money, because you're essentially going to be getting a cheaper electric car with a brand new battery pack, which would ordinarily be a huge ticket item. And with a brand new battery, you are going to have a pretty good value for an electric car, one that not only offers great technology, lots of interior space, and great performance, but also one that gives you a really good electric driving range for a much better price than most of the other electric cars on the market. But if for whatever reason you're still not comfortable buying a Bolt because of the safety recall, then let's move on to number 4 on the list, which is the Honda Clarity. Now the Clarity is not actually a full electric vehicle. This is a plug-in hybrid, but as far as plug-in hybrids go, this is a pretty good one. Like most electric cars, the Clarity has a battery pack and electric motor that powers the front wheels. Only here you also have a 1.5 liter 4-cylinder engine, which acts as a generator, giving you a total system output of around 212 horsepower. That's roughly the same amount of power that you get with the Accord Hybrid, which is more than enough for day-to-day use. The electric driving range of the Clarity is around 45 miles or 70 kilometers. Now that might not sound like a whole lot, but for most that's more than sufficient for day-to-day driving. And of course you also have that gas engine there as a backup, just in case you need to do longer trips. And when that electric range is finally used up and the gas engine kicks in, the Clarity gets around 45 miles per gallon or 5.5 liters per 100 kilometers, which is pretty impressive fuel economy. The other great thing about the Clarity is that it's a very practical vehicle. This is a mid-size sedan very similar to the Honda Accord, which means that you get plenty of interior space and cargo space. You also get a very well-equipped interior with lots of great features and plenty of active safety features as part of Honda Sensing. And in addition to being very practical and generally comfortable to drive, the Clarity also has a great reputation for reliability. So if you're looking for a plug-in hybrid vehicle to buy and hold on to for a very long time with low maintenance costs and low repair costs, the Clarity is a very safe choice to go with. Much like Toyota, Honda has been making hybrid vehicles for around 2 decades, and the company really knows what it's doing when it comes to making durable, long-lasting hybrid systems. The only real issue with the Clarity is that unfortunately you can no longer buy them brand new. Honda discontinued this model for the 2022 model year, so if you're in the market for one, you're going to have to look on the used car market. But fortunately, because the Clarity had a fairly affordable price when they were brand new, it shouldn't be too challenging to find a really good lightly used one for under 40 grand. You will have to do a fair amount of searching, however, because the Clarity wasn't a very strong seller. There really aren't a whole lot of them on the used car market. The other issue with the Clarity is the overall design. Although I don't consider styling to be a major deciding factor, the Clarity isn't exactly the most attractive looking car to most. For many, the sedan body style is also less practical and less appealing than a crossover or an SUV. So if you like the idea of a plug-in hybrid like the Clarity, but want something that's more readily available or perhaps an SUV, then let's take a look at my number 3 pick, which is the Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid. The Mitsubishi Outlander is actually the longest running plug-in hybrid SUV on the car market. It has been around for several years now, developing a very strong reputation and continues to be one of the best-selling plug-in hybrids in many markets. But because the Outlander has now been around for so many years, the numbers are not exactly that competitive when compared to newer plug-in hybrids. For example, with a full charge, it's only able to go around 24 to 25 miles or 40 kilometers on pure electric power. And when that electric range is used up, it does have a gas engine there as a backup, a 2.4-liter 4-cylinder engine with all-wheel drive, which gets around 26 miles per gallon or 9 liters per 100 kilometers. Which is not exactly the best fuel economy for a plug-in hybrid SUV. Newer plug-in hybrids like, say for example, the Toyota RAV4 Prime or the Hyundai Tucson plug-in hybrid are able to do much better than that. But the issue with the much newer and better plug-in hybrid SUVs like say the RAV4 Prime is the pricing and availability. Unfortunately, they are quite expensive to buy and they're just not readily available on the car market. If you want to order one from a Toyota dealer, you might have to wait anywhere from 1 to 2 years, which is pretty ridiculous. The Outlander plug-in hybrid, on the other hand, is more readily available, and there's a pretty good selection of them on the used car market as well for a fairly reasonable price point. Although Outlander plug-in hybrids do start under $40,000, at least in the US, it's much easier to find one at that price point on the used car market, where there's a very good selection when compared to most other plug-in hybrids. And this is a generally well-designed SUV with lots of great features, a spacious interior, and a good-sized cargo area too. And although Mitsubishi's parts supply and servicing is a bit of an issue in North America thanks to their very small dealer network, at least the Mitsubishi Outlander does come with a very long warranty, and it also has a strong reputation for reliability too. For anybody who wants to buy an electrified SUV that's attainable for a relatively affordable price point, it's a very good one to go for. But if you're really set on having a full electric vehicle instead, then just take a look at my number 2 pick on this list, which is the Nissan Leaf. The Leaf is one of the longest running electric cars on the car market, having been around since the 2010 model year. And over that long period of time, it has gradually become one of the safest and most affordable electric cars that you can buy. The Leaf has a starting price of just under $30,000 US or just under 40,000 Canadian, making it one of the least expensive electric cars on the market. And for that relatively affordable price, you're getting a fairly well-designed electric car. The Leaf offers 2 sizes of batteries, either a standard 40 kilowatt-hour battery or a larger 62 kilowatt-hour battery with up to 220 miles or 360 kilometers of range. Now that obviously doesn't sound too great when you compare it to some of the much newer electric cars on the market, but it's still fairly competitive and very good when you consider the much lower price of the Leaf. And if you can live with that range, this is a fairly well-designed hatchback with a decent amount of power, producing around 214 horsepower driving the front wheels, and a well-designed interior space with decent technology, a good infotainment system, and lots of space too. But perhaps more importantly, the Leaf has a trusted reputation for reliability and longevity, something that you don't necessarily get with most electric cars. Because the Leaf has been around for over a decade, it has a well-established reputation, so you know exactly what you're getting when you buy one. Unlike most other electric cars, which have not been on the market for a very long time, Nissan has had plenty of time to develop, refine, and improve the Leaf to the point where it's become a fairly durable and long-lasting car. So while it might not technically be as good as some of the newer electric cars that you can buy, like say the Hyundai Ioniq 5, the Kia EV6, or the Toyota BZ4X, At least with the Leaf, you know exactly what you're getting. Something with an established reputation, and more importantly for many, something that you can buy for a much more affordable price. And if price and reliability are important to you, then you really can't go wrong choosing the Nissan Leaf. And much of the same could also be said of my number one pick on this list, which is the Toyota Prius Prime. Quite simply, if you want to buy an electrified car that's not only going to be reliable, built to last, and as efficient as possible, but also one that's as affordable as possible, then the Prius Prime is one of the best ones that you can go for. As far as electrified cars go, the Prius Prime is one of the cheapest ones that you can get, with a starting price under $30,000 US, or under 35,000 Canadian, and that's before you take into consideration any electric car rebates. And not only is it very affordable, but it's also very efficient too, with an electric range of around 25 miles or 40 kilometers. And because it's a plug-in hybrid vehicle, when that electric range is used up, it runs as a normal hybrid, getting around 60 miles per gallon or 4 liters per 100 kilometers, making it one of the most fuel-efficient cars that you can buy. Efficiency and affordability are really what the Prius Prime is all about. But the other thing that it's really well known for is its amazing reputation for longevity and amazing reliability. The Toyota Prius has long been known as one of the most reliable cars that you can buy, able to run for hundreds of thousands of miles without requiring any major repairs. Toyota has over 2 decades of experience building hybrids, and all of that experience has led to some of the most reliable and long-lasting hybrids that you can buy. And it's not as though the Prius Prime is a bad car to drive. It's actually a very smooth and comfortable car with a spacious interior and lots of great technology too. As a whole, you really can't go wrong choosing the Toyota Prius Prime. It is definitely not the best electrified car that you can buy, but when you consider that it costs around $20,000 to $30,000 less than an Ioniq 5, an EV6, or a Tesla Model 3, there's no question which one offers the best value for your money. And when you consider that the Prius Prime is not only very fuel efficient, practical, but also extremely reliable, capable of lasting upwards of 15 years without having any expensive repairs, it really is one of the most sensible and best electrified cars that you can buy for the price. So let me know what you thought of the electric cars and the plug-in hybrid cars on this list. Would you buy any of them, or would you spend more money for something else instead? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. You can also check out some of my other car videos by checking out these links over here. Make sure to follow me on TikTok and Instagram, and if you need additional car buying advice, recommendations, or help with getting a great deal on your next new car purchase, make sure to check out carhelpcanada.com. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.